Everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Fall Classic. The 1983 postseason is on the air. We are back here at Comiskey Park. This is Game 6 of the American League Championship Series between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. The Tigers lead this series 3-2. The Los Angeles Dodgers have already clinched the National League title. They await the winner of this series. The Tigers win, they will play the Dodgers. White Sox win, we will have Game 7 tomorrow night. So what will happen tonight as these two teams once again go at each other to see who will now face the Dodgers in the 1983 World Series? We'll see what we'll get ready. Again, not an empty seat anywhere here at Comiskey Park. Everyone is excited and ready to see if the White Sox can pull it out and force a Game 7. Tigers, they had a chance in Game 5, couldn't do it. Now they get a chance in Game 6. They still have one game in the pocket before it'll be for everything in a Game 7. So hopefully you guys are set and ready to go for a huge Game 6 here at Comiskey Park. And we are ready to go. Brian B. is first to join us here at Comiskey Park. So this has been an exciting series between the Tigers and the White Sox. Pretty much, if it wasn't for Kirk Gibson's home run in Game 4, the White Sox would be up 3-2. But it's different tonight, and sometimes that's how the dice rolls, and we'll see what happens. Ben Witz now joins us here at Comiskey Park. So if everybody's set and ready to go, we're ready to play some Fall Classic baseball. Starting pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, their number 2 starter, Floyd Bannister, and he will be a B-grade pitcher tonight. He has a record of 1 win and 1 loss on the postseason. We're going to use blue, white, and white dice. White Sox are the home team. Fans here at Comiskey Park want a Game 7. Tiger fans in the chat want this series to end tonight. How will it go? How will it roll? Well, it's been exciting. Let's get things started. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Tigers, second baseman Lou Whitaker, who should be in the Hall of Fame. He's batting .359 with 2 home runs in the postseason. We are all set and ready. Bannister on the mound for the White Sox. Whitaker at the plate. Game 6. Do the Tigers face the Dodgers, or do the White Sox get a Game 7? Let's see what Fall Classic has to say. 24, and that's going to be an out. It'll be a fly ball to center field. Getting to that will be Rudy Law, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Next batter is the shortstop, Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer. He needs Whitaker in there. He's batting .385 for the postseason. He does have a home run. Bannister will deal. Bannister 11, and that's a base hit for Trammell. Trammell gets a single, and he'll head to first. Trammell continues to hit well. And now here's the left fielder, Larry Herndon. Herndon batting .269 for the playoffs. He does have a home run. Trammell did not get the steal sign. He'll stay at first. Bannister will deal. And 24, hit by pitch, 1-3. A -2 from Bannister makes it a 1. And that's a 1. He hit him anyway. Plunk, ouch. Bannister, he hits Herndon, and now the Tigers get runners at first and second. First hit batter of the game. So now runners at first and second, and that will bring up the first baseman, Enos Cabell. Cabell is batting .211 for the postseason. Trammell on at second, Herndon on at first. Bannister will go ahead and pitch. Bannister, 31. That's a range play single. That's going to be hit to third. That's going to be a chance for Vance Law. He was pretty good. His range is a 15. And he's not going to get it. That's going to be a base hit past third. It'll only be a one-base single, and the bases will be loaded. So Cabell gets a hit, and a single right past Vance Law could not make it. And now the batter is the right fielder, Glenn Wilson. Wilson batting .334 with a bomb. Bases already loaded here in the top of the first. Bannister getting against Wilson. Fans here at Comiskey Park. Wilson does have a little home run power. Bannister sets up. He will pitch. 13, and that's going to be an out. It's an out X. It's going to be an automatic ground out double play. Hit to short, on to second, on the first side, retired. 6-4-3 double play. No runs, 2 hits, and a hit batter. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. I know my Panthers and my Lightning are playing right now. I have the score of the game next to me. You guys don't have to tell me in the chat what's going on. I can see it. Starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, their number 2 starter, Glenn Abbott, and he's going to be an A-grade pitcher tonight. He has a record of 1 win, no losses, and 1 no decision. Leading off for the White Sox, center fielder Rudy Law. He's batting .264 for the postseason. Bottom of the first, no score. Pitch from Abbott, 52, possible strikeout, no. Now it's a possible error on the third baseman. That ball is hit to Brookins. Brookins made a few of them. His error rating is a 10. That's a 1. He's going to make an error. Brookins is going to drop the ball, and Law is going to be safe at first on an E5. First error on the Tigers allows Law to make it to first. And that will bring up the original Pudge, Hall of Famer catcher, Carlton Fisk. Fisk is batting .112 for the postseason. He is way underachieving. Law on at first on the error. Pitch from Abbott. 31, that's a possible range play that's going to center field. That's it to Chet Lemon. Lemon's range is a 15. And he's got it. Out number 1. Law will stay at first. Fly out to center field, but a good play by Lemon will take a single away from Fisk. Next batter is the right fielder, Harold Baines. Hall of Famer. No, but he is in the Hall of Fame. He's batting .206 for the postseason. XSG2 joins us here at Comiskey Park. No score, bottom of the first, Law on at first, 1 out. Pitch from Abbott, 31, again in range play. This time it's once again hit to center field. Going after that is Lemon. Lemon's range is a 15, and he'll make that play too. 2 down. 31s are automatic range plays. That's a house rule that I do believe in. And that is out number 2. And that will bring up the Chicago designated hitter, Greg Wheels Luzinski. And he went on absolute terror in Game 5. He's batting .380, and he has 6 bombs. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Luzinski has the most home runs hit in any postseason I've done. Law on at first. Abbott will pitch. And 63, that's going to be an out. And that's going to be a hard line drive right to first. That is gloved by Cabell. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits. There was an error, but the White Sox can't do anything with it. No score after 1. Chuck Rawlings joins us here at Comiskey Park. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Tigers will be the catcher, Johnny Walkenfuss. He's in for the injured Parrish, but Parrish will be back for Game 7 or Game 1 of the World Series if necessary. Johnny Walkenfuss, a .269 average, 9 homers, 44 RBIs. He gets the call for the Tigers in this ball game. Bannister will pitch. Bannister, 54. That's off the 54 chart. Bases empty, wild, single to left field. Now roll for error rating for an extra base. Left fielder is Kittle. His error rating is an 8. And he's going to make an error, and Walking Fuss is going to be at second base. Bad play there by Kittle, and that's going to allow Walking Fuss to get an extra base. That'll be a single and an E7. First error on the White Sox, and the Tigers have the runner at second. And now the center fielder, Chet Lemon. Lemon batting 188 for the postseason. He does have a home run. Walking Fuss on it, second. Sports Time Machine. Utah Mike joins us here at Comiskey Park. Bannister will pitch. 11 and a walk, 1-2. That's a 5. That's going to be a hit by pitch. Lemon is hit. That's an automatic hit batter, and Lemon will trot to first. And that's the second hit batter of the game. So Bannister hits Lemon. Now runners at first and second. And now the Detroit designated hitter, Kirk Gibson, who had the big-time home run in Game 4. He's batting 188 with 2 home runs in the postseason. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Top of the second. There's no ejection. I think there is an ejection rule somewhere, but my 3-batter hit by pitch rule still takes effect. So right now, any more hit batters, the pitcher is out. Walking Fuss at second, Lemon on at first. Pitch coming. And 32. Bannister is a B pitcher, and that's going to be an out. And it will be a fly out to center field. Walking Fuss can try to run with risk. He's going to stay at second. That's out number 1. There is no need to try to do anything. As fly out to center field, that'll be caught by Law, 1 down. Here's the third baseman, Tom Brookins. Brookins batting 324. Not bad for a batter who hit 214 in the regular season. Walking Fuss on at second, Lemon on at first. Bannister will pitch. And that's a 56. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. He gets Brookins. First strikeout for Bannister. He had 193 of them that year. With 2 outs, the now batter is Whitaker. Whitaker is 0 for 1. Walking Fuss on second, Lemon on it first. 2 outs now, top of the second. Bannister will deal. And 46, that's off the ballpark. That's an 18, and that is going to be fielded by the center fielder, and that's going to be a chance for Whitaker. That's going to be a single turned into a double. Walking Fuss will score. Walking Fuss scores. Lemon goes to third. Whitaker's going to try for second anyway. Fielded by the center fielder, that's Law. His assist rating is a 2. But Whitaker slides in safe. And the Tigers are on the board first. RBI single by RBI double by Whitaker. As a center fielder, Rudy Law tried to get him out, but Whitaker gets in there. It's 1-0 Cats. Lemon goes to third as he tries to stretch the single into a double. And now runners at second and third now for Trammell. Trammell got a single his first time up. As Jimmy Jam joins us here at Comiskey Park. Yes, guys, have fun in the chat, but be nice. Lemon on at third, Whitaker on at second. Now 1-0 Tigers. Bannister will go ahead and pitch. Bannister, 62, swing and a miss, struck him out, and the inning is over. That could have been a lot worse for the White Sox. But the Tigers get a run. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and a hit batter. We go to the bottom of the second. Baseball Demos wasn't feeling too good, I think. He's been having some voice issues, I think. I think he's been sick for the last few days. Bottom of the second inning, Leading off for the White Sox, the left fielder, Ron Kittle. Kittle is batting .219 for the playoffs. He's got 3 home runs. All the home runs done by the White Sox has been Luzinski and Kittle. Pitch from Abbott. And 43, that's going to be an out. It's going to be a comebacker right back to Abbott. And Abbott will take it and toss it over for the out. Here's the first baseman, Greg Walker. Walker batting .200 for the postseason. Abbott will deal. And 32, double 1-14. That's a 5, and that's going to be a double for Walker. Walker will go ahead and get the tying run to second base on a double for him. And here's the third baseman, Vance Law. He's batting .270 for the postseason, a little bit above his average. Walker now on at second. Abbott will pitch to Law. And 11, a walk, 1-14. That's a 4. It's ball 4. Abbott now walks Law. First walk given up by Glenn Abbott. And now the shortstop, Scott Fletcher. Fletcher batting .194 for the postseason. 1 out, but the White Sox have runners at first and second. Tigers have a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second. Game 6 of the ALCS. Tigers win, they play the Dodgers. White Sox win, Game 7 tomorrow night. Abbott, 26 against the lefty. That would be a base hit. Against the righty, that's going to be an out. And it will be a ground out to the shortstop. Runners at first and second. Fielder's choice at second, but a strong arm second baseman turns a double play. Whitaker is an average arm. That's going to be a fielder's choice. So Walker will move to third. Law is out. Fletcher takes first, 2 down. So 2 outs now on the fielder's choice. And now we'll see the second baseman, Julio Cruz. He's batting .162 for the playoffs. Runners at the corners, but now 2 outs here in the top of the second. Glenn Abbott, he's an A-grade pitcher tonight. Had a great game his last time up. That was a shot. That was the 7-0 shutout. Abbott will pitch. 66, 1-8 triple, 9-16 double. That's a 13, and this game is at least tied. Walker will score. Fletcher, let's see, that's going to be a double to right field. First to home scores if weaker average arm. Right fielder is Wilson. He has a strong arm. Fletcher holds at third, but this game is tied. RBI double for Cruz to get the White Sox on the board. We're tied at 1. Good throw in, though, by Glenn Wilson to keep Fletcher from scoring. And now Rudy Law will bat again. He reached on an error his first time up. Tied at 1 now, bottom of the second. Abbott will pitch. And 14, and that's going to be an out. That's going to be popped up to second base, and that'll be grabbed by Whitaker, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and a walk, and we're tied at 1 now after 2. Something tells me we're going to be in for a pretty good ball game. We go to the third. Bannister back on the mound. Larry Herndon leads off for the Tigers. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. Bannister will deal. And 64, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Bannister. 1 away. Here comes Cabell. Cabell has hit a single his first time up. Bannister will deal. And 26 against the lefty. It's a base hit, and it is. That's going to be a single. Bannister's a lefty. Single for Cabell. He gets the steal sign, and the next batter is Wilson. Cabell, though, A stolen base rating of 7. I'm not sending him. Checking the hit and run for Glenn Wilson. He's a C. I'm going to let Wilson swing normally. Wilson is 0 for 1. I usually check the hit and run if I don't think I take the steal. And Wilson being a C, I'm not going to do it. Didn't realize no extras needed until after the 10th. Cabell on at first. Bannister will pitch. And 66, that's a 10. It's going to be a triple for Glenn Wilson. He smacks that one into the gap. Cabell rounding third. He will score. Wilson on at third. Tigers retake the lead. It's 2-1. Stadium groans. RBI triple for Glenn Wilson. And now it's 2-1. Wilson heads to third. Another big run out there. And the next batter is Walkenfuss. Walkenfuss got a single his first time up. Walkenfuss playing for the injured Parrish. Parrish will be back in the next game. Wilson on at third. Infield is going to play in. 2-1 Tigers. Bannister will pitch. And that's a 26. And Walkenfuss is going to get a base hit against the lefty. And another run will score. Wilson comes in. It's 3-1 Tigers. Stadium groans. So Johnny Walkenfuss, who comes in for the injured Parrish, he's 2 for 2. And now the batter is Lemon. They're going to talk to Bannister on the mound real quick and to see if it can calm him down a little bit here. Shakoric joins us here at Comiskey Park. I don't know if I said that right. And I think it's your first here on the network. How do you say that? Shakoric? Zakoric? You'll have to tell me how I do it right. Walkenfuss on at first. Nailed it. Shakoric. Okay. Bannister will pitch to Lemon. And 46, that's off the ballpark. That's a 7. That's going to be fouled away. Strike 1. Bannister will do it again. And 13, that's going to be an out. And it's a regular out, so it is going to be a fly out to right field. Walkenfuss will hold there. Baines will get to it for out number 2. The next batter is Gibson. Gibson is 0 for 1. Gibson, of course, came through with that huge home run in the bottom of the 9th in Game 4. Walkenfuss on it first, 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Bannister, 21. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Stuck him out. And that will end the inning. 4th strikeout for Bannister. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 3rd as the Tigers have now retaken the lead. Tigers win. They play the Dodgers. White Sox win. Game 7 tomorrow night. Tigers win also. The season selection show is also tomorrow night. Would be tomorrow night instead. Leading off for the White Sox, Carlton Fisk. He is 0 for 1. Pudge gets in the batter's box. Abbott will deal. And that's a 53. Possible strikeout. That's a 3. And even as an 8 pitcher, he doesn't get the strikeout. Now that's going to be a range play. And that is going to be a range play to third base. It'll be a 1-base single. That's up to Brookins. Brookins' range is a 13. And he's got it. Nice play by Brookins. Throws to first to get Fisk. First out. Nice play by Brookins to take a possible hit away from Fisk. Now here's Baines. Baines is 0 for 1. Glenn Abbott looks at Baines and say, "You are not a Hall of Famer." Abbott will pitch. 43, and that's going to be a ground out to second base. Picked up by Whitaker. Whitaker throws to first for out number 2. Whitaker goes to him and says, you are still not a Hall of Famer. And Baines looks at him and says, yeah, but at least I'm in the Hall of Fame. And Whitaker says, yeah, but I'm more deserving than you are. And I should be in. And Whitaker is right. 2 outs. Here's the bull. Luzinski is 0 for 1. He had 3 bombs in Game 5. Abbott will go ahead and pitch. And 41, that's going to be an out. It'll be a fly ball to left field. And Herndon will get to it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the White Sox. 3-1 after 3. Cat fight. We go to the top of the 4th. Tom Brookins leads off for the Tigers. He is 0 for 1. Bannister will go ahead and pitch. Bannister, 46, that's off the ballpark. Brookins is a righty, that's a 17, that's a single. But Brookins is going to try to stretch into a double. That's hit to left field. Left fielder is Kittle. Kittle has an assist rating of 3. The throw to second is not in time. Brookins gets in there with a double. Tom Brookins continues to hit well. 214 average in 1983. He's coming into this postseason, this game, with a 324 average, and now he has a double. Runner on at second. Here's Whitaker. Whitaker 1 for 2 with a double. Brookins on at second. Bannister will pitch. And 42, and that's going to be ball 4. He walked him. Bannister is a B pitcher. That's a walk, and Whitaker will trot to first. Second time Whitaker has been on base. That is the first walk given up by Bannister. And now Trammell. Trammell is 1 for 2 with a single. Runners at first and second. Fans here at Comiskey Park not liking what they see so far. Tigers lead 3-1. Bannister will pitch. And 52, that's not going to be a strikeout. That's going to be a possible error. And it will be a possible error on the second baseman. That ball is hit to Cruz. Cruz didn't make many errors. His error rating is a 4. And he won't make one here. That's going to be a 17. And with runners at first and second, it's going to be a double play. On to second, over to first, 2 outs. Brookins does get to third. So Trammell grounds out into the 4-6-3, moving Brookins over to third base. On a nice play by Julio Cruz, did not make many errors. And now here's Herndon. Herndon is 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch. Runner on at third. Tigers looking to try to make as many runs as they possibly can. Bannister looking in on Herndon. 2 men down, top of the 4th. Bannister will pitch. And 11, a single 1-15. That's a 12 base hit, and the Tigers get another run. Brookins will come in to score. It's 4-1 Tigers. Stadium groans. Herndon picks up an RBI single. Now 4-1 Cats. And here comes Cabell. Cabell is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Maybe Cabell should be batting 4th in the position of Parrish. Cabell usually bats 5th. I moved Wackenfuss to 6th because that's usually where he batted during the regular season. 2 outs, top of the 4th, now a 4-1 ball game. Bannister will pitch. And 56, that's going to be a swing and a miss and a strikeout. And that will retire the side. That's a 5th strikeout for Bannister. 1 run, 2 hits for the Cats. Now a 4-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Game is far from over, though. Here's Ron Kittle. Kittle 0 for 1. Abbott, he'll go ahead and pitch. Abbott, 53, possible strikeout. 13 is a no. Now it's a range play. And that's going to be a range play to third. That ball is hit to Brookins. His range is a 13. And he's got it. What a play. Makes a diving stop. Throws to first. 1 out. Brookins makes a heck of a play there. He needed a 13 and he got it. And that's 1 away. David Vega joins us here at Comiskey Park. Here comes Walker. Walker got a double his first time up. Abbott, he'll go ahead and deal. And 12. That's an out. It's going to be a ground ball to third. Once again, this time Brookins makes it easy. And that's out number 2. Here's Law. Law walked his first time up. Abbott settling in on Law. And here comes the pitch. And 41. And that's going to be an out. That's going to be a hard line drive right back to Abbott. Pow! And he makes the catch. Side retired. 1, 2, 3, go the White Sox. 4-1 after 4. Top of the 5th. Leading off for the Tigers is Glenn Wilson. Wilson is 1 for 2 with a triple. Bannister running out of batters here. We'll see how long he goes. But the White Sox bullpen beginning to get to stir up. But the White Sox bullpen has not been that great in this postseason. Bannister will pitch. And 33 base hit for Wilson. It's a single. Wilson hits that one pass first, and he'll get a second hit of the game. And now here's Walkenfuss. Walkenfuss is 2 for 2 for playing for the injured Parrish. Wilson will stay at first. Bannister will pitch to Walkenfuss. I kind of think if Bannister gives up another run, I think I'm going to yank him. Bannister will go ahead and pitch. And 33, and that's a single 1-5. That's a walk. That's a 1, and it's a base hit for Walkenfuss. He gets his third into the game. That's going to be a single to right field. Wilson will advance to third. Walkenfuss first and third, no one out. Johnny Walkenfuss, 3 for 3. And now runners at the corners, and here comes Lemon. The infield must play in. Lemon is 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch. XSG2 thinks it would pull him now. Are you telling me I should pull him now? I don't think he would just yet. But remember, this is 1983, not 2024. But XSG2, you telling me to pull him? I haven't rolled yet. I just think that's what he would do. Let's roll. He pulls him. He doesn't. He doesn't. He'll stay in there. So Bannister will go ahead and pitch to Lemon. As the decider die says, keep Bannister in. Wilson on it third. Walkenfuss on it first. Infield is in. If Bannister gives up another run, I'll yank him. Bannister will pitch. 44 base hit, Chet Lemon. And there's your run. Wilson will come in to score. And that's going to be a single to right field. First to third advances on a weak arm. And right fielder is Baines. He has an average arm. Walkenfuss will hold it second. Lemon on it first. 5-1 Tigers. Stadium groans. And that is it for Bannister. Bannister coming out of the game. White Sox going to have to go to the bullpen. Let's see who they're going to go with here. And, let's see. Next batter for the Tigers is Gibson. They're going to bring in a lefty here. And coming on to pitch for the White Sox is going to be Juan Agosto. 2 wins, 2 losses, 7 saves. Agosto does not have any stats. I think this is a first appearance. So Juan Agosto will come in for the White Sox. After further review with Steve Tower joins us here at Comiskey Park. So runners at first and second. Now it's a 5-1 Tiger lead. Gibson is the batter. Agosto is going to be an A pitcher. So Agosto comes in. Bannister leaves with the L. And runners at first and second. No one out. Top of the fifth. If only someone had told LaRussa to pull him early. I rolled the decider die. The decider die said keep him in. Walkenfuss at second, Lemon on at first. Agosto will pitch. And 16, swing and a miss, struck him out. He got Gibson. Gibson goes down on strikes, 1 down. And now Brookins. Brookins has been on an absolute tear. Brookins is 1 for 2 with a double. 1 out, runners at first and second. Juan Agosto now going ahead and pitching against Brookins. Agosto will pitch. And 52, possible strikeout. That's a 2. Cold strike 3 on Brookins. He got him. That's a big strikeout. He's an A pitcher. A 1 to 4 would be a strikeout. That is a 2. That's a called strike 3. 2 down. And here comes Whitaker. Whitaker is 1 for 2, doubled and walked. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Tigers have a 5-1 lead. Still a long way to go. Walkenfuss on second, Lemon on at first. Agosto will pitch to Whitaker. And 61, and he got him. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and he comes in there and strikes out the side. 1 run, 3 hits for the Tigers. Agosto shuts them down, but damage was done. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Leading off for the Pale Hose will be Scott Fletcher. Fletcher is 0 for 1. Glenn Abbott pitching another gem so far, just like he did in his last outing. 5-1 Tigers, bottom of the 5th. Tigers lead this ALCS 3 games to 2. Winner faces the Dodgers. If they win, they go to the Dodgers. Lose if the White Sox win. Game 7 is tomorrow night. Abbott will pitch. 62, and that is going to be an out. That's going to be a grounder to third. Brookins will get to that. And they'll throw it over for out number 1. Next up is Cruz. Cruz got a double his last time up. Remember, there is going to be a format change in the selection show. You'll see what it's all about. And you guys in the chat better be paying attention during the selection show. And why I ask? You'll find out then. Abbott will pitch. Abbott, 56, and that's going to be a strikeout 1 to 10. That's a 15. That's going to be an out. It's going to be another grounder to third. Picked up by Brookins. Brookins throws to first, 2 down. And now the batter is Law. Law is 0 for 2, but reached on an error. Abbott, he'll go ahead and pitch. And 53, possible strikeout. 5 is a no. Now it's a range play, and that's a range play to third. Once again, it's hit to Brookins. Brookins has made every play so far. It's a range play for him. His range is a 13, but he won't get that one. That's going to be a base hit. Law will get a single. He'll head to first. Single for Law, and now the batter is Pudge. Pudge is 0 for 2. Law on it first, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Tigers lead 5-1. Law on first base. Abbott will pitch. And 62, that's going to be an out. It's going to be a popped up pop fly ball behind the plate to the catcher. And Walkenfuss says he's got it, and he does. And the side is retired. No runs and a hit for the White Sox. 5-1 Tigers after 5. The reason why there's a format change, now that I have Fall Classic Baseball in the rotation, We now have seasons going back to 1908. We go to the 6th. Augusto will stay on. Will he stay on the mound? We'll find out. And no, he's coming off. Alan Trammell will lead off. Juan Augusto coming off the mound. And we're going to see a new pitcher for the White Sox, and it is going to be Dick Tidrow. Tidrow has a hold in the postseason. He will come on to pitch. So Tidrow becomes the 3rd White Sox pitcher, and he will be an A pitcher as well. So the bullpens are in pretty good shape tonight, as now Dick Tidrow will now take over. So Tidrow will pitch to Trammell as we start the top of the 6th. 5-1, Tidrow will deal. 36, that's an out. It's a fly ball to right field. Easy play for Baines. And that's out number 1. Next up is Herndon. Herndon is 1 for 2. Singleton got hit by a pitch. Dirt will go ahead and pitch. Pitch from Dirt. 64. That's going to be an out, and it will be a hard line drive right to second, and that is gloved by Cruz. That's out number 2. Line out to second. 2 down. Here comes Cabell. Cabell is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles. Dirt settles on the mound. Cabell ready for the pitch. Here it comes. Tidrow. Roll it. Tidrow. 33. Base hit for Cabell. He'll get a single. Cabell gets his 3rd hit of the night, as his average now starts to rise. And now here comes Wilson. Wilson is 2 for 3, a single and a triple. You don't like Fall Classic, do you, Brian B? I'm sorry about that. I really do. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Tidrow will go ahead and pitch to Wilson. Tidrow, 31. That's a range play. That's hit to second base. That's going to be to Cruz. Cruz was excellent. His range is a 15. He'll get that one. Nice play for Cruz. He's going to throw to first to get Wilson, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 6th. There's just some nuances about Fall Classic that I do like that Inside Pitch doesn't have. And Brian B already knows one of the reasons. Yeah. And Brian B knows one of the reasons why I went to Fall Classic to add it to the replay. He's aware of it. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-1 Tigers. This was the same score in Game 5, but the White Sox had it. Harold Baines leads off for the Pale Hose. He's 0 for 2. Abbott, he'll go ahead and pitch. Abbott, 24, hit by pitch. Not this time. That's a 20. That's a hard line drive right to center field. That'll be gloved by Lemon. That's out number 1. Line out to center, as Abbott was not going to hit him on that one. Here's Luzinski. Bull is 0 for 2. He had 3 home runs. At least you aren't playing with games with the oversized cards and half the players. Abbott will pitch. And 65. Possible home run. Abbott is an A pitcher. A 1 to 10 would be a bomb. That's an 11. Not this time, Luzinski. He hits a high fly ball to left field. Going back for it is Herndon. He's at the track. He's at the wall. And he's going to make the catch. 2 outs. Abbott wipes the sweat off his brow. A 1 to 10 would have been a bomb if he's an A pitcher, which he is. And that's an 11, not this time. As the wind must have kept it in. Here's Kittle. Kittle is 0 for 2. Abbott, he'll go ahead and pitch. And 45, and that's going to be an out. It's going to be a hard fly ball right to right field this time. And getting over there will be Wilson. It's actually a line out to right. He makes the catch. And the inning is over. 1, 2, 3, go the White Sox. 5-1 after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Tigers is Johnny Walkenfuss. He is 3 for 3 for the injured Parrish. The Parrish will be back in the next game, no matter where it is. Walkenfuss 3 for 3. Tidrow is going to stay on the mound. Walkenfuss will get ready to receive the pitch. Pitch from dirt. And 11. Walk 1 to 3. That's a 7. It's a strikeout. 1 away. Walkenfuss retired for the first time tonight. Here's Lemon. Lemon is 1 for 2. Singleton got hit by a pitch. Tidrow. Brian B is right. How do you do that to wheels? Tidrow will pitch. And that's a 62. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Tidrow. 2 away. And now Gibson. Gibson is 0 for 3. Tidrow settles in. Gets the sign from Pudge. Tidrow will deal. And 34. And that's going to be an out. It's going to be a ground ball to second. Easy play for Cruz. Cruz will toss it over and retire the side. Nice job by Dick Tidrow in relief so far. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Here is how the programming will go depending on what happens tonight. If the Tigers hold on to win, the RJL Net, the 11th RJL Network season selection show will be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. If the White Sox win tonight, Game 7 of this series will be tomorrow night at normal time, 7:30. Okay. No matter who wins in this series, they're going to be the home team. So games 1, 2, 6, and 7 will be in either Detroit or the White Sox. Games 3, 4, and 5 would be in Los Angeles. If that is occurred, which means that Fall Classic is going to be used for games 1, 2, 6, and 7, inside pitch will be used for games 3, 4, and 5. That's how I'm going to do that, okay, to get both teams in there. But so what will happen tonight? If the Tigers win, they're in. White Sox win, will be game 7 tomorrow night, and it would be Dan Petrie for the Tigers against Britt Burns for the White Sox if the White Sox can come back. But we still got a ways to go yet as we now go to the bottom of the 7th. Tigers have a 5-1 lead. Leading off for the White Sox will be Greg Walker. Walker is 1 for 2. Abbott will go ahead and pitch. And 46, that's off the ballpark. And that's a 13. And that's going to be, and Walker's a lefty. And that's going to be fouled into the third base foul line zone. And Brookins is going to get there. That's going to be a foul out to third. 1 out. Walker fouls out in the foul territory. Here's Law. Law is 0 for 1 with a walk. Yes, Brian B., I understand. Abbott will pitch. And 63, that's going to be an out. It's a fly ball to center field. Easy play for Lemon. And that's out number 2. And now here's Fletcher. Fletcher is 0 for 2. Abbott will go ahead and pitch. And 44, base hit for Fletcher. He gets a single, keeps the inning going. Fletcher will head to first. He'll stay there. And now here's Cruz. Cruz is 1 for 2 with a double. Fletcher not going anywhere. Abbott gets the sign from Walkenfuss. Abbott will go ahead and he will pitch. And 53, not a strikeout. That's going to be a range play. And that's going to be a range play to short. That ball is hit to Trammell. Trammell's range is a 10. And he's got it. What a play by Trammell. He'll go ahead and throw to second, covering Whitaker, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit. What a job by the defense of the Tigers tonight. Still 5-1 after 7. There are some nuances in this game that I do like now, especially with some of the house rules that I added due to Tony Porter. We go to the top of the 8th. Tom Brookins leads off for the Tigers. Tidrow, they're going to yank him. He's done. Tidrow coming out of the game. They're going to bring in a new pitcher. And they're going to go with coming on to pitch will be Dennis Lamp. 7 wins, 7 losses, 15 saves. Lamp will come on to pitch. And he is going to be a B pitcher. So Dennis Lamp will come on to pitch here for the White Sox. Tom Brookins leads off. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Salome Barojas, they want to save for the 9th. Lamp will pitch. And 12. That's an out. It's a comebacker right back to Lamp. Lamp will take care of it and toss it over. Out number 1. Here's Whitaker. Whitaker 1 for 3, singled and walked. Lamp sets up and deals. And 31, range play to second base. And that ball is hit to Cruz. Cruz was excellent. His range is a 15. And he's got it. Nice play by Julio Cruz. He'll take care of it. He'll turn that single into an out, and that's out number 2. Titans pick Cam Ward. Oh, gee. Wow. What a surprise. Can't believe it. Totally shocked. 2 outs. Here's Trammell. Trammell is 1 for 4. Glenn Abbott was late on the Tigers in 1983. Lamp will go ahead and he will pitch. 54. That's off the 54 chart. And refer to wild pitch rating. And if a 3, it's a wild pitch. His wild pitch is a 1 to 3, and that's what it. And there, but actually, no, I'm sorry, nobody on base. What am I doing? Base is empty. Wild chart. Go to Wilder chart. My bad. Nobody on base. Base is empty. Wilder. Foul pop up down the line. Second baseman fighting it. Roll D 20 versus error. Whitaker's error rating is a 4. It's a 12. He won't make an error. He will catch it. It's going to be a pop out to second base. At second base is Cruz, but he still doesn't make an error. It's a 4. And he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Doesn't matter. That's a pop out to second. 1, 2, 3. Go the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Would help if I knew who was in the field sometimes. Yeah, Glenn Abbott was on the Tigers late in the year. He started with the Seattle Mariners in 1983. And he did pitch 7 games with the Tigers, and he actually did pretty good. He did start 7 games with the Tigers in 83. Bottom of the 8th inning. Glenn Abbott can pitch to 3 more batters before he tires. Aurelio Lopez getting warmed up. Rudy Law leads off for the White Sox. He's 1 for 3, a single and an error. Jags get the number 2 pick from the Browns, so they traded down. Okay. Abbott will pitch. And 51, not a strikeout. That's going to be a possible error on the second baseman. That ball is hit to Whitaker. Whitaker didn't make many errors. His error rating is a 4. That's a 9. Whitaker's got it. Throws to first. 1 out. Whitaker makes the play. Now here's Pudge. Pudge is 0 for 3. Abbott sets up against Fisk. Fans here at Comiskey Park hoping the White Sox can do something. Abbott will deal. 56, strikeout 1 to 10. That's a 15. That's going to be an out anyway. It'll be a grounder to third. Brookins will get that, and he'll throw it over to first. 2 outs. And now here's Baines. Baines is 0 for 3. Some Hall of Famer. Bleh. Abbott will go ahead and he will pitch. And 32, double 1 to 14. That's a 1. Baines gets a double. He hits that one right up the middle. It's going to split the gap. It'll get past Lemon, and Baines gets to second base. So Baines on at second. Abbott is now tired. Next base runner will move him from an A to a B. And here comes Bull. Wheels Luzinski. He is 0 for 3. They're going to try to let Abbott finish this inning. Why not? 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. 5-1 Tigers. Abbott trying to get Luzinski out. Luzinski not having the night that he had the last time. Abbott will pitch. 12. And that's going to be an out. It'll be a fly ball to right field. Getting over there is Wilson. He will make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the White Sox. And the Chicago White Sox, the historical American League West champions in 1983, are running out of outs. We go to the top of the 9th. Leading off for the Tigers is Larry Herndon. Dennis Lamp coming out of the game. White Sox are going to the bullpen. And they're going to go with Salome Barojas. His job, keep it 5-1. Salome Barojas coming on to pitch. And he is going to be a C pitcher. So Barojas is going to be a C. They're going to let him pitch here. He really hasn't pitched, I think, since I think he did pitch game 5. Rojas did get a save. Top of the 9th, 5-1. Herndon leads off. Herndon is 1 for 3. Singled and got hit by a pitch. Tigers would love to see some insurance. Salome Barojas. He will pitch. And 43, that's ball 4. He walked him. And that's because he is a C pitcher. That's going to be a walk. Herndon will trot to first. And the batter now is Cabell. Cabell pretty much having his best game of his postseason tonight. He's 3 for 4. Herndon on it first. Barojas will pitch. 34. That's going to be a base hit for Cabell. That's going to be a base hit to left field. Herndon 1-3 hold, but a fast runner gets him to third. Herndon is a fast runner. He gets to third base. Runners at the corners, no one out. Enos Cabell gets his 4th hit tonight. And now here's Wilson. Infield playing in, no choice. Wilson is 2 for 4, a single and a triple. Barojas will pitch to Wilson. Runners at the corners. Five to 1. Barojas will pitch to Wilson. And 64. And that's going to be an out. Let's see what kind of out it's going to be. And let's see. Base runner, grounder, third base. If playing in, infield hold rule. which means Herndon is held at third. Cabell goes to second. Wilson is out at first, 1 out. So Cabell moves over. They get the out. And that's a ground ball to third. Cabell moves to second, 1 down. And now the batter is Walkenfuss, who could very well be the player of the game tonight. He is 3 for 4 with 3 singles, playing for the injured Parrish. 1 out. Infield is still in. Barojas will pitch to Walkenfuss. Fans here at Comiskey Park hoping Barojas can get it done. 14. That's going to be an out. That's going to be an out. It's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. Runners at second and third. Runners hold. Runners hold. Barojas will get it and throw to first. 2 down. No, none of the runners come in to score. And 2 down. A grounder to the pitcher. And Walkenfuss is out. Now the chance for the Tigers is Chet Lemon. Lemon is 1 for 3, a single, and reached on a hit batter. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. The Tigers had runners at second and third with no one out. Barojas ready to deal with Lemon. Fans at Comiskey Park hoping Barojas can get it done. Pitch coming. 52. Possible strikeout. No. It's a possible error. Oh, boy. And that is going to be a possible 1-base error on the second baseman. The ball is hit to Cruz. Cruz did not make any errors. His error rating is a 4. Does he make a big one here? Yes, he does. Cruz bobbles it, drops it, and a run will score. Herndon will come in to score. Cabell goes to third. Lemon on at first. 6-1 Tigers. That's an error. Stadium barfs. Yeah. That's an E4 on Julio Cruz. Second error on the White Sox. And what a time for that to happen. Julio Cruz's error rating is a 4. He rolls a 3. And they would be out of the inning, and that could be a huge run. And Barojas looks at Cruz and said, man, it was right there. And now here's Gibson. Gibson is 0 for 4. Barojas knew what he did the last time he pitched to Gibson. Gibson looks at Barojas saying, remember what you threw me the last time? Go ahead and throw me that again. 2 men down. Top of the ninth, 6-1 Tigers. Barojas sets up. He will pitch. 45. Not this time. That is going to be an out. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. Picked up there by Walker. Barojas comes over. He'll receive the play. And the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 walk. The error is gigantic. We go to the bottom of the ninth. But will we see some ninth inning magic? Abbott's coming out of the game. He is done. He's tired. Tigers are going to go to the bullpen. And they're going to bring out Aurelio Lopez. 9 wins, 8 losses, 18 saves. Lopez has a record of 1 win, no losses, and 1 save. So Lopez coming out, and his job is to try to send the Tigers into the World Series. Lopez on the mound. Leading off for the White Sox will be Ron Kittle. Kittle is 0 for 3. 6-1 Tigers. No, this would not be the first World Series sports time machine. The Tigers got to the 1961 World Series, but lost to the Milwaukee Braves. This would be their second appearance. Lopez will go ahead and pitch to Kittle. Oh, wait, first I got to find out what kind of pitcher he is. My bad. And Lopez is going to be, he's going to be an A. So Lopez is going to be an A-grade pitcher, and he will pitch to Kittle. Bottom of the ninth, 6-1. Lopez will pitch. 65. A 1-9 is a home run. That's a 2. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Kittle. Ron Kittle gets his 4th home run of the postseason, and it's 6-2. And remember how a game ended with a start of a home run. And now the batter is Walker. Aurelio Lopez gives up a bomb. Luckily, it was a solo bomb, and now it is 6-2. Walker will bat. He is 1 for 3. Lopez will go ahead and pitch. And 14. That's going to be an out. It'll be a ground ball to first. Cabell will take it, and he gets to first base. 1 down. Now the batter is Law. Law is 0 for 2 with a walk. 6-2 ball game. White Sox still got a long way to go. Lopez will pitch to Law. And 13, that's going to be an out. It's going to be a ground ball right to first as well. That's picked up by Cabell. Lopez goes over to first base. 2 down. And now the last chance for the White Sox is Scott Fletcher. May go to the bench, and they're going to do that. They're going to go to the bench. Fletcher does not hit very well. Coming on to pitch hit for the White Sox is going to be Tom Paciorek. So I will need a shortstop in case this goes any further. So Tom Paciorek, a better hitter, will come up to bat for the White Sox. 6-2. Bottom of the ninth. Tigers 1 out away from their second World Series on the network. Aurelio Lopez sets up against Paciorek. The fans here at Comiskey Park hoping Paciorek can keep it going. Fans are loud, hoping and praying for a miracle. Lopez gets the sign from Wackenfuss. Lopez will pitch. 26 against the lefty. It'll be a base hit. But Lopez is a righty. That's going to be a comebacker to Aurelio Lopez. Lopez has got it. Pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. That's your series. That's your championship. The Detroit Tigers are your American League champions. Stadium barfs. Blech. And here come the Tigers to mob the field. And they are going to the World Series. The Detroit Tigers get it done. And we're going to have 2 wild cards, or pretty much both wild card champions in the World Series. The Detroit Tigers win this series 4-2, and they're going back to the Fall Classic. 1 run on 1 hit for the White Sox. But we're going to have a Tigers-Dodgers series as they get it done here in the American League Championship. Final line score coming up. For the Tigers, 6 runs, 14 hits, 1 error. For the White Sox, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Glenn Abbott. He goes to 2-0-1 on the postseason. He's going to stay an A pitcher for his next start. The loss goes to Floyd Bannister. He drops to 1-2. Aurelio Lopez does not get a hold because he did give up a run. The Detroit Tigers are your champions here of the American League. And they're going to host the Los Angeles Dodgers in Fall Classic in games 1, 2, 6, and 7. Games 3, 4, and 5 will be at Dodger Stadium of inside pitch. Tommy Lasorda and Sparky Anderson. I don't know about you, but I think that's a heck of a managerial matchup. Tomorrow night, now that the LCS round is over, tomorrow night, what will be the next season we're going to do? That season will start July 7th, but we got to find out what it is. Tomorrow night, the 11th RJL Network Season Selection Show. It will start at 8 o'clock. All you guys in the chat better be ready. Better be ready for that because you guys are going to have even more say what seasons could be selected for the final vote. So don't miss that tomorrow night. The RJL Network 11th Season Selection Show. That'll be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Detroit Tigers get it done. They win it tonight 6-2. They win the American League Championship Series 4-2. They are your 1983 American League champions.